Well, hello. When I was a teenager, as my grandmother would say, I kept the roads hot. I was always gone. We didn't have a telephone most of the time at our house because nobody would pay the bill and they would shut it off. And would try to get it in the phone in somebody else's name, and eventually you just ran out of names. But anyway, so I would leave the house and I would just go from friend to friend. I had a long list of friends, and I would just show up at their house unannounced, and till I found somewhere where something was going on, or where I felt welcomed and wanted to stay. And during the summer, I might stay at a place for a whole week before I left and went back home. It's so strange thinking about it now that my dad never worried about, or at least he never seemed to worry about where I was, because it's just like, oh, I would just show up and he'd be like, hey, there you are. Where you been? What you been doing? Glad you're okay. Glad you're safe. It's just so strange looking back on it now. But when I was old enough to drive and fortunate enough to have something to drive, these roads that you see right here is what most of the roads that I drove around on, what they looked like in my childhood, teenage years, and early 20s. It's just always going somewhere. And looking back on it now, the reason why I was always going somewhere was if I was part of somebody else's life, then didn't really have to think too much about what my life was like. So I guess I always just integrated into whatever I could. But anyway, eventually I graduated high school and went into the military, went into the Marine Corps, and everything just changed after that. Everything just changed after that. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Today, I'm just out taking a drive, and I'm bringing with me my very special community. See, I've got this group of friends that I met through my YouTube channel, and we've been through a lot of stuff together. They have helped me to not think about all of the bad things that I've been going through for a while. They've got me through some really tough days. So I just thought that I would take them on a drive with me today. Just talk about whatever came to my mind. So anyway, that's what came to my mind. I wish that I was able to give my children the freedom that I had when I was their age. And I don't hold anything against my father for raising me the way he did, for parenting the way he did. He just really trusted me. He just always thought that I was very smart and that I was very capable of taking care of myself, and he just let me go with it. I guess it helped that I always did good in school, and he always looked at me like I made better choices than he did. So anyway, all of it seems just so crazy looking back on it now. Now that I have kids of my own, and the rules that I have for them and how I parent them, and as opposed to the way that it was for me when I was a child. Of course, we're living in a different time now. When I was 13 years old, me and my friend would walk down the street of our neighborhood with 12-gauge shotguns and a Cocker Spaniel, headed up to the mountains to hunt squirrels. You look out your window now and see two teenagers with 12-gauge shotguns. It's people aren't going to be too happy about that. So they're not going to be very comfortable. Maybe there's still some areas where that's okay, but not just anywhere. So anyway, I'll try not to drag this on. The view is getting kind of cloudy anyway because the rain's starting to come in. But I hope everybody's doing well, and I really do appreciate my community and everything that you've done for me. And I'm so glad that the path that we're traveling on now is a lot smoother than it used to be. So, wherever you are, I hope that you're having a good day. Enjoy the day you have.